I decided to throw some material in the middle, and I need a purple. So we got that purple, we have that purple, we have a plaid purple, and we have another flower purple, got a polka dot purple, but I don't know which purple. I'm keeping this side. There's another polka dot, like smaller polka dot purple. Plaid purple be cute, I think. And then I'll probably make another one for another purple, but right now this is a patch, so I think we're gonna do that. Yeah, I think I want it to be, I don't know how we gonna do it though, because it's gonna stitch another heart, and this is just what I wanted in the middle of it. So should I put it in the middle before it stitches that? What do y'all think? I think that's the way I'm gonna have to do it, because I don't want to stitch that last stitch. It's because it's one more stitch, but I want the material there instead of stitching. So I think I'm gonna have to put it like this and just let it go ahead and stitch over it, and hopefully we don't mess it up. Cut it around this last one that it's doing, but I'm gonna let the material go on in there. So we're just gonna let the material stitch on top of the material, because I need to have the center part. So I have to cut around the material, and once the material finished and the border goes on, then I cut around the material and just leave the center part and don't do the last stitch. The last stitch was a fill-in for the center. Since I'm going to use material, I'm not going to fill in the center no more. So that'd be great. So we'll see how this come out. So, but I am stitching on top of the plaid right now, because I got to stitch on top of the plaid to have the plaid in the middle. So, and then what I'm going to do is cut it with the scissors once the border comes on. I'm going to cut that off. Just leave the center and don't do the last stitch, which fills in the center, because we don't need it filled in because we got the material now. So that's the part we don't want to fill in, is the center, because the plaid is going to be the center. You understand what I'm saying? I hope. So we're going to do it like that. This thread is light, and I can see the plaid under the stitching, which is okay, because we're going to do plaid in the center, so and I think it'll be okay. Now, if the reason I had to put it on, because it's no placement stitch, I mean, it's no, where I can tack it down, no other way, so this file wasn't made for applique, okay? So we're just making it applique. We can redesign in the file, okay? We're gonna do what we're gonna do. So I'm just holding it, stretch out these wrinkles. I can stretch them out a little bit. because I didn't put no heat line on the back of this material. So we're trying to lay it down flat. So I didn't know if it skip like that, so I can keep on. Put a heat bind on there, the material get a little stiffer, and then it won't be puckering like that. That's why I'm holding it, because I didn't put heat bind on it. So when it won't pucker, I'm gonna put heat bind on the whole heart design on the back, but I didn't put on the material. I want to do a kid's jean skirt and embroider some stuff on it. That I usually go to Goodwill and Uses for. They cost $2. So if I mess it up, I'm going to $2. Chinese Facebook Messenger support. They really tech support. Really told me what to do to fix the timing on my volume, and what was wrong with it, the timing was off. And it probably, it shakes loose, all this shaking the machine do. Probably something I needed to know anyway. So if it happens again, I know how to do it. Y'all should make that a regular maintenance video then. But I made a video telling people, but I think Facebook, YouTube blocked my video because I had music playing on my Spotify in the background. Oh, I might have to reload the video. If I might have to, if they don't unblock it. I did tell them that one song. There's a lot of songs playing in the background, but this one song, I told them to take it off. So hopefully the video is unblocked. Oh, YouTube is so fashioned. You can play music on Whatnot. You can play music on TikTok, the damn YouTube. You can't play no music in the background. When they still getting paid because I was on Spotify. So if I play the music on Spotify, they still getting paid. So what's the damn difference? YouTube get on my nerves. Okay, so it was another stitch to fill in the center, but since I put the material, we're not filling in the center, so we're done. So I'm going to take this out of here because we're finished. We're not doing the last stitch. Because now I'm going to take the scissors, I'm going to cut off this, and we'll see what the finished product